and then all these pipes flow to the various, I suppose I should put arrows and labels on them just for our own sake, because when you look at it, it just looks like a bunch of pipes, but they all have certain connections. One thing is that everything starts here and then goes back to the other end. This is a pipe that feeds the sander and the whistle on the other end. And then this one goes to the train line, and there's a pipe that goes the entire length of the locomotive and then goes to other cars in the train. Another thing, well, let's show the pipes, I guess, here, just looking around, that there is a pipe overhead here is the brake pipe, and you can see it going off into the distance, goes over to the other side, and goes out to what they call a glad hand, which then would connect to the next car on the train, and then behind us it goes the same direction to the other end. The locomotive can couple, in other words, on either end to a car. And this goes over to the triple valve, which is what actually sends the air into the brakes of the train from that auxiliary reservoir, which is in the background. These are the various brake levers. This one is the live lever. The brake cylinder piston pushes this out, and then it will pull from here. There'll be a rod that goes back to a truck, and that's what actually pulls on this end. And then because of this, the way it's pulled together, put together with this turnbuckle in between, it will also pull in the other direction with this other lever. Up above is the handbrake lever, which it works in emergencies, and it will also operate these levers. Looking up overhead are some interesting bits of history which we're not quite sure of. This one is pretty obvious. That pulley is part of the handbrake mechanism. The chain goes from a shaft here over around that pulley and connects to the handbrake lever. But at some point they must have pulled too hard on it, and it ripped right out of the wood, so they moved it to a different place, and this is where we put it back. The same thing happened to the pulley on the other end. But then there are these other mysterious holes. There's something here, we don't know what it is. Something was bolted here. There's one possibility, turning around, well, there's a few more holes here. The original air compressor was mounted right here, and there's one of the mounting, where one of the mounting brackets would have been, and the other was here. Eventually, they moved the air compressor up under one of the hoods, and there's a possibility that this had something to do with the mounting of that. We don't know. This pipe is now here because this reservoir is 1 foot longer than the original. We didn't have one of the 48-inch length. We had to go to 60 inches. So this pipe would normally not have been here. It would have been back here. You can see the holes where this bracket would have been if we'd been able to copy that. But we just have a little more air capacity.